Second place.
Yes, John. Johnny coming in.
I fumbled it. I fumbled it.
You fumbled it. You came in stone last.
I hit the button. I was there on the last beat, and then I went and I just fumbled it.
I know how that is. I've fumbled things in the past. These things happen. Hello, good evening, and welcome to. I'm doing the intro. Hello, good evening, and welcome to show number 144 of the Ideal Home Show, live on the YouTubes. Like and subscribe. Welcome, everybody who's watching. Anybody who's watching. Hello, whether you're watching live, that would be good if you're watching live, or you're watching later or tomorrow. That's all good. Yes. Well, so on tonight, coming up on tonight's show, we have vaping and stuff. We've got squonking, we've got vaping, we have got news, got some good news, got some bad news, not some bad news, but some good news and some news that is bad. We've got Try Patava, we have got stuff that we've received, some new juice, some new stuff. Got some stuff. We've got loads of stuff. Guaranteed.
Stuff.
John's got stuff. We've got no Richard this evening. Richard is currently auditioning for next season's Love Island.
Is he? I thought he was doing that. Did he win the Kaplunk World Champion?
No, that's not this week. That's not this week. The Kaplunk thing goes on for such a long time. It's not just a quick in-out kind of tournament competition sort of thing. I think it's worldwide, Kaplunk. But not Love Island. And I didn't have him down as a Love Island fan, but apparently so. So
he's got the body, isn't he?
Oh yeah, he is a sexy man. So good evening and welcome. Let's there we go. 3 minutes. That's not bad. Okay, let's get cracking. Is that how we do it? That's how we do it. Yeah, go on. Let's get cracking. Okay. Let's go over to who's looking good. Everybody's looking good. Brad's looking good. Rick's looking good. John's looking good. John, are you working? John.
Yes.
Are you working?
Yes.
Can you hear what I'm saying?
Yes.
Can you see what I'm doing?
Yes, not so much.
Excellent. Okay, while we've got you, John, I'm going to go straight over to you. I was going to, I will go straight over to you because I think you might not stay the full duration due to your dodgy internet connection. Okay, how's your week been, John? What are you vaping on? What are you drinking on? What did you have for your lunch? We'll have lunch stuff. Should we have lunch stuff? Yeah, go on. And here's the question for this week, since I've kicked it off. If you could have an extra thing on your body, if you could have like an extra arm, extra leg, extra eye, extra whatever it would be, like a third nipple, whatever you want, 6 toes on 1 foot. If you one extra thing on your body, what would you choose, John?
That's good. I like it.
Yes.
What am I vaping on? What am I drinking on? I am drinking. I just finished a punk, so now I'm on to a little bit of a ghost ship. Because you get nearly twice as many. You get 500 ml, 4 of them for £6. You get 4 punks for £5.99. Nah,
Scandalous.
Scandalous. That's what I'm drinking on. What am I vaping on? I have got Cactus Punch 45 milligram in the saver on top of the Dacus flask, the Abstract Mods flask. That is a Funky Monkey with 24 watts, crazy 4.1 volts. Delicious. I've only got 2 setups today, and the second thing is, do you know what? I've gone brain dead. Somebody else say the name. What is Scott's new mod called?
Kira.
The Kira, that's the fella. I just keep thinking, I keep not getting it in my head. The Kira by Thermal Effects, which I've had for a couple of weeks now.
Lovely job.
It's absolutely awesome, and I stole this off my boss, which this is ridiculous, isn't it? I'm sorry. The Karma, the Krum. It's not. It's the Krum.
Krummer.
The Krummer on top.
Yeah.
And in that, I have some 12 milligram black currant. No, current crack.
Crack current.
which is lovely. Current crack, a bit of current crack.
Crack current.
You're right, crack current. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm just tired. I'm very sorry.
That's fine. I know you've been doing manual labour, John. I know it's fine.
I know it's difficult. That's the setups that I've got today. I think yes. I think you said what did I have for dinner, but it went at that point.
Yes. What have you been eating?
What have I been eating this evening? It's really good. It's sausage, basil, white wine, cream, mustard, chili, pasta dish. I do.
Cool.
Different. That I sort of made up. Yeah, I kind of made it. I read a recipe and then I thought, it's all right, I can change it. So I did that. That was nice. Bit of Dijon mustard. Yes, and if I could have an extra appendage, that's really easy, isn't it? I would have a third hand because that 3 looks better than 2, isn't it?
You're not bothered about super. Where would you have it, John?
Well, what?
Where would you have it?
Just in the middle, so you kind of get,
it.
and then just straight in the center.
Out of your stomach.
Yeah, just be great.
You could do some really good You could do some really good shoplifting with a third arm.
Yeah, and fucking.
Normal arms, and they want to slip out from the jacket and pull it in.
How
one would even know, would they?
How good would it be? Hands in pockets. And, you know, when you go to the cinema or something, and they go, "Oh, just 2 tickets," and they go, "That'd be 28 quid." You still get your hands in your pockets, and then zip.
You'd be asked to go to the bar more, wouldn't you? Carry more drinks back from the bar.
Oh yeah, you could do pretty. How many do you reckon you could get like that with a third? I reckon you get about 9.
You can get 4 with 2, can't you? So
I can get 5. I can do the 5.
Yeah.
2 on either outside and 1 in the middle.
Mm.
Yeah,
That is a risky move. The 5. It's a risky move, I think.
Yeah, but I reckon I can do 9. I reckon with the other hand.
I don't reckon you could do 9 pints.
I reckon you could. You see those ladies, they carrying steins. They do like fucking 20.
Yeah, they've got handles though, haven't they? You can get a few. You can get your hand through 3 or 4 handles if you had to. They're not round pints. You wouldn't be able to carry your 9 pints.
He's right. I feel a fool when they said that.
Brilliant. They've got handles, ain't they? Got handles.
Got handles.
I'd like to see you do 6 with your current setup.
Yeah, I reckon I could. Rick, how has your... Oh, you're just back from holiday. How was your holiday? What are you vaping on? What are you drinking on? What are you drinking on? What do you have for dinner? What do you have for lunch? You have better lunches than dinners normally. And I'll go for the appendage. I think we're going to keep the question.
Yeah.
An extra appendage. What do you want?
Yeah. Holiday. Oh, thanks. Sorry about that. Yeah, holiday was really good. Nice couple of weeks down the west country. Yeah, it seems like such a long time. Went to Fest and just came back from holiday on Saturday. So nice long break and a couple of weeks of beach time. Nice and chilled. Really good. Enjoyed it very, very much. Right. What am I vaping on? No, what am I drinking on? I'm drinking this. I've got a box of these from the supermarket. Hyde and Wild.
I did see them and I wasn't sure, so we need your verdict.
Yeah, they're good. Yeah, they're nice. 5.6 IPAs. American style IPA, whatever that means. I don't know what the difference is, but tastes like IPA to me. Quite good.
Oh. Is it in the price as well? Nice.
In the glass. What's that called again now?
Don't ask me tonight. Fucking hell.
Spiegelau. That's it. In the Spiegelau. Very nice. Needed it today. Been a long week back to work. It's quite hard coming back off holiday for a couple of weeks and then going to work. It's a bit tired today, but there you go. All good. All good. What did I have for lunch today? I had butter chicken leftovers. We cooked butter chicken curry last night, and I had some leftovers today. That was nice. Oh, what am I vaping on? Right. Still got my holiday set up, so nothing fancy. I haven't changed anything. Got my parallel with a goon on top with Voodoo Brew in that. I've got This is a prototype I've been working on.
Oh,
My prototype ClickFit 3D jobby. Got ClickFit in there, clicky buttons, and yeah, you can't see it, but the lights shine through the holes there. But you got your finger on it when you press it, so it's pretty silly, really, isn't it? But there you go. So yeah, I'm vaping on that with blackcurrant in that. And next up, I've got this drop dead on a roundhouse, and I'm vaping on Cactus Punch Zing.
Oh, very nice.
Received from Mark at Fest. So I'm just having a go on that just now. That's what I'm vaping on. Right, appendages. I tell you what, since you've got clearly the best one, having an extra hand, I think I'd like an extra leg, because you could run super fast with 3 legs, couldn't you? I mean, you'd be in Paralympics, you'd be dominating that shit all over, yeah. Win every race.
You'd be the new Oscar Pistorius, but you wouldn't shoot your wife.
Well, it doesn't mean you won't murder a relative or spouse, but you could be able to run away fast if you did.
You lose the ability automatically to go, all right, love, is that you in the bathroom?
But it could be quite funny having 3 legs for running, don't you think?
It would
you could run a third faster. You could probably
and
could.
Swimming, you'll be the.
Oh yeah, swimming as well.
Yeah. You're all thinking far too exercise-like. I just want a third leg so I could be a tripod and sit wherever I am.
You'd be sturdier, wouldn't you? You'd definitely be sturdier. You wouldn't have to balance anymore, would you? You just do the tripod stance. Nothing to be pissed right up, and you wouldn't fall over because you've got the stance. You don't need balance anymore.
And you could run up a cliff, like a goat, like a fucking goat, just like crazy.
It'd be good, yeah. That would be pretty special.
Awesome.
Well, Brad, I'll pass to you, Brad. Same question at the end. You can tell us why you want that leg as well.
Oh, yeah.
As you're eating, what you're drinking, what you're vaping on. What did you eat for lunch this midday time-ish? 12.
Cool. Thank you. I am drinking Maker's Mark. Primarily because I was too lazy to walk up to the shops and buy beer.
How does Maker's Mark compare to like a Jack Daniels? I find vomit-inducingly, it's quite sweet.
It's a lot more bitter than, I want to say peaty, but it's not. It's got a, I don't know what barrel they age it in. It's almost got like an oaky sort of flavor to it, rather than the sweet Jack Daniels.
I can't really drink Scotch. I prefer Jack Daniels personally.
Oh, no, traditionally, I like the really peaty whiskies. So this is just what was on. It was the first bottle on the shelf, so it got chosen because I was too lazy to reach to the back of the shelf for the nice whiskey. And I am vaping on exactly the same thing every week. I'm still using the Baby Ness with the fluid. And what's in here? Something lemony is in here.
Lemony.
Something lemony. And my Phobic with a solo. And what have I got in here today? Oh, I know what that is. That is Premise Reason.
Ah.
And I've got my filler cap on there, as you can see.
The Mod Maker filler.
The Mod Maker filler cap.
How do you like it?
I'm loving it. It makes my life much easier. I've discussed at length tonight already how lazy I am, and that just makes being lazy easy.
I quite like them a bit.
You've got so many you're gonna have to reinforce your desk.
Yeah.
And what was the next one? What did I have for lunch?
Yeah.
For lunch, I had a braai. I had a boerewors roll on the braai.
What's that?
The 3 South Africans who watch us will understand what I'm talking about, and everyone else will be confused.
Mm-hmm.
It's a South African. Yeah, it's a South African sausage on a barbecue.
Oh,
Braai is the South African word for barbecue.
I knew that. I didn't want to be jumping in. I'm friends with all the South Africans.
We believe you, James. Don't worry. Stuart hopes I'm not on crack. Thanks, Stuart. I hope I'm not on crack too. And as for appendages, that pen is still the wrong way around. Yes, it is. It's the wrong way around because it pisses everyone off. And that's the only reason I'm here, really, is to piss people off. I wouldn't go for the leg because it would make buying trousers very difficult. I would go for the extra arm, not for carrying drinks, but because it makes me think of the intergalactic president from Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, and it would make it really fun to sucker punch people with a hand that just came out of my chest.
Right. The Zephyr arm.
Yeah, he had a third arm hidden underneath his scarf.
He did.
He was. That's also my favourite movie at the moment.
Oh, we shouldn't have said the movie. I know James who won't be a fan of the movie. Am I right?
None of the movie. After the second watch, the film was all right. The first watch, I was like, "This is a disgrace." But the second watch, I was like, "Yeah, no, it's all right. It's all right. It's all right."
I'm with you, James. I've got the book. I do prefer the book, but the movie is just—it's a good laugh to sit back and watch.
It is. And I like. Arthur Dent. You know, I've got a real memory block for that. Martin Freeman. I like Martin Freeman as Arthur Dent. I think he's really good.
I'm going to throw this back at you, James.
Oh, beautiful.
Same question at the end, obviously. What are you drinking? What are you vaping? And what did you have for tea?
For tea, I'll write that down because I've got a terrible memory. Okay, thanks very much. And also let you know how my week's been.
Yes, that one too. Don't forget that one. Very important.
2 weeks. Me 2 weeks. I wasn't here last week either because I was a little bit on the poorly side. I lost my voice. Week's been good. Voice is back and excuse me, still back. And it's been a good week. Kids are off. Emma's been off this week. We've been gallivanting about and stuff. Taking a little fella here, there, and everywhere. Swimming, just local places. Swimming, fair, beach. We've done a couple of beaches because we're on the coast, so we've done a couple of beaches. We've done Roker Beach, which is kind of Sunderland beach, and been to the South Shields, which is just along the coast a little bit. And the difference is just poles apart. Sunderland Council spend X amount of money. Obviously, Shields Council spend a lot more. Last week we went to Roker Beach, and the beach is lovely. It's a nice beach. I really, really like the beach. Lovely and clean. It smells like a beach. It smells like an English beach. You know, it smells like seaweed and that sort of thing. It's nice. You can hear it. Where Shields Beach is totally quiet for some reason. But one of the amusements in Sunderland, and it was, I swear to God, the oldest amusements in the country. It must be one of the oldest amusements in the country. It was like a setting from a Scooby-Doo cartoon. It was, yeah, you'd expect the janitor to be dressing up as a ghost or whatever. It was crazy. The machines were ancient, like the grabby machines, and they all had toys in from like from the 70s and the 80s. And
you really make me want to. I really like the sound of that. I mean, I love cheesy seaside. It's my favourite.
I mean, this is not just, but it's kind of old, and I mean,
I like it.
And not just that. There was a machine. What said it didn't accept new 10 pences. I was like, new 10 pences, but.
Amazing.
Well, that's extravagant of you. I mean, when I go to those arcades, it's the penny pushers I go on.
But I had to Google it. 1992, new 10 pences came out, Rick. 92. You had to ask behind the kiosk to get old 10 pences. Unbelievable. So anyway, good week, really good week. I'll tell you, I've been watching Parks and Recs. Parks and Recreations. I've just been calling Parks and Recs. Parks and Recreations. Parks and Recs.
Recreational park.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. And I'm on the third. We've been hammering it on the third season. Chris Pratt is brilliant. It's one of the best. The casting director that is a genius. They're absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. So I've been doing that. What am I? All right. So what am I drinking? I'm drinking on a Rick and Morty Bagger in a lovely just Nick Stein. I am vaping on. What am I vaping on? I am vaping on the Infinity Mods 356 with a Vibrant Fighter V2 on top and a whistle in there. And in there is something a little bit different. I've got some of this. This has just come out. This is Papa Snaggum Custard. This is from Ryan and Megan who do the Dementia mods.
They make the 3D Squonker mods, don't they?
They do. Megan's got a custard. She makes it. She's been making it for. Oh, who's she been making it for? I kind of think who she makes it for. But she started selling it and helped out with the label and a few other bits and bobs. And I mixed it up today, and it is unbelievable considering I've only mixed it up for a day. So that is Papa Snaggum Custard. I'm vaping that in the IM356. I've got my usual custard cream in the Shadow with a Viper X and a whistle on the top of that again. And I've got some more new stuff which I'm just trying out. I've tried a couple of these. I got these through from Paul at Spar Vapes. This one is Tropical Snow, which is kind of a peach smoothie with a little bit of menthol, kind of a on ice sort of thing. And this is in the Vanny Vape with the Berserker mouth. I got this week, the Berserker mouth long RDA, and it's all right. It's a bit of a weird looking fella, but I've kind of jazzed up a little bit with a nice beauty ring and a Hellfire tip on the top there. So I've been vaping the Tropical Snow by Drop Shot E-Juice. I was speaking to him about how cool his van was at Vape Fest, and it just out of the blue he sent us kind of the whole sort of Drop Shotty range, and I'll talk about them a little bit later. Pretty cool. I've been enjoying them. Right, so that's that drinking. What I had for me tea, I had chicken and chips for me tea with some homemade coleslaw. That was nice. It was a little bit different. And if I had an extra appendage, I would like a third eye, I think, just right in the middle of my forehead.
Well, that'd be quite cool. Yeah, that'd be quite a good one.
Just because I think it would look kind of mystical. I mean, it wouldn't broaden. I mean, I know you'd be able to see a little bit higher up. But
look at this. There's plenty of room.
I mean,
I reckon you get two in.
I've been to wear like a monocle and spectacles at the same time. And
how it improves your distance viewing having two eyes, doesn't it? Do you think if you got three, it'd be improved even further? You'd probably
possibly. Yeah. I mean, with excuse me, with two eyes, with one eye you can see in 2 dimensions. Apparently, with 2 eyes you can see in 3 dimensions. With 3 eyes, 4 dimensions.
No, with 1 eye you can see in 2 dimensions.
Yeah.
With 2 eyes you can see in 3 dimensions.
Yeah. With 3 eyes you can see in 4 dimensions. Is that what I said?
I thought you said you could see in 2 dimensions with 2.
No, 2 with 1. 2 with 1, 3 with 2, 4 with 3.
Yes, okay. 4th dimension. I'm with you now. Sorry.
So does that mean you'd be able to see through time?
I think so. People
I know dimension.
Even if I can't, I'm telling people that with my third eye. It's not so practical. It is more that people will kind of.
You may be able to see into the souls of humans.
You never know. I mean, all of yours with your extra legs and your extra arms, that's just basically like a deformity, isn't it? Whereas me with my third eye,
wouldn't look deformed at all, would it?
No, wouldn't look deformed at all.
I'll tell you what, though, buying sunglasses would be a wanker, wouldn't it? You'd
Well, here's the thing: normal sunglasses and a cap.
Yeah.
That's all you need.
I'd rub on your eye, wouldn't it? If you kept saying, how'd you do? You'd just keep rubbing it.
But I could maybe do a thing where I could raise my eyebrow, because I presume I got a third eyebrow with that. And just kind of tip me cup to
Well, you
people.
could independently just walk around with the third eye closed if you wanted when you got the cap on.
Absolutely. I have like a mini nap.
Yeah.
Or something in me third eye. I haven't thought this through. I haven't thought it through. Even though I literally only thought of the question at 8:59. Okay. So that's me done. Let's crack on with the show. Why don't we crack on with the show? We've got news, we've got views, we've got things that rhyme with use. John.
I'm going to start off with a bit of a sentimental one, actually.
Please do.
Because I know a lot of our viewers are members of SV, the Safer Vapors. A lot of our members, a lot of viewers are members of SV. And I just wanted to really kind of say just was something that Frank, the wonderful Frank Higgins, who is a former admin. He's not admin again, is he? No.
God knows. He's in and out like fucking, I don't know what. It's like a chest, like a drawer.
In and out. Anyway, last week one of the members was having to sell some setups because sadly his dad passed away by a suit, so he was on the classified page doing that, trying to sell his some setups. So just buy a cheap suit, and Frank quite rightly thought to himself, "I'm not having that." So he did what you a normal person would. He blocked him so that the member wouldn't be able to see, and then he started a little fundraiser for nothing. You know, just this is the story. Do you want to chuck a tenner in for this guy? And loads of people did, because people generally are pretty fucking nice. And the funeral was yesterday, and he was stood there in a new suit, and there was a bit of money left over that went behind the bar, so that they could all have a drink. And honestly,
that's real, isn't it? That's real stuff. That's
really.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think my wife thought I was having a breakdown this morning because he wrote a thing. I'm not going to name him because he's not a member of iOS, and I don't. It doesn't matter because the story is the story. But anyway, if you're a member of SV, go and have a look. But he just wanted he put a little bit of a thank you up this morning and said he was there in a suit, and it felt like all the other members were kind of got his back. And yeah, I'd talk about. A lot of people think everyone's an arsehole. I think you'll find that like 98% of people are pretty fucking all right, and 2% of people are arseholes. And
I was touched. I read that this morning, John, as well. I was really touched by that. It was humbling, wasn't it? I mean, lovely bloke. He got a new suit. He put some money behind the bar, and that's community for you. People care.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean,
and just a quick, a nod to SV for that. It had been absolutely fantastic, and a massive thing for a massive thanks to Frank for giving people something to do with their nice thoughts. I thought it was really good. Fuck all that bullshit, prayers and bollocks. There's a guy needed a suit because he lost his dad, and he stood there yesterday not feeling a plum in a new suit, and so he could think about other shit, important stuff on a day like that. I think it really was. Sorry to do that with the tone, but I thought it was incredible.
That's real stuff. That's the stuff we like. That's what it's all about with us. Like,
it was a brilliant story, and I was proud to be part of it. And well done, Frank. And
I even forgot I put some money in. To be fair, I started like tearing up, and then I remembered I put a tenner in, lost it completely in the car, and Shelley's driving going, "Are you all right?" I mean, no, and she went, and then I had to say it, and I couldn't say what had happened. When you just get, I was like, "Fuck this." Everyone knows I'm a bit of a soft twat and stuff like that. Anyway, next in the news, I think it's Rick. Weirdly, on my script.
Let's jump on mine then. Yeah. I'm going to run through news articles. I'm not going to go in depth about news. You know what? For 140 odd shows, bullshit of the week, all the rest of it. It's always the same every week, isn't it? So I'm just going to run through some headlines here for us that I've just seen, just caught my eye. They caught my eye about a quarter of an hour before the show, and I thought, let's throw this together. And right, let's start straight in. Right, Scottish Sun, They got a headline is "Vaping Bad. Scottish e-cig users warned they could increase risk of cancer by damaging your DNA. Cancer could develop in the cells if the cells do not repair the damage. Boffins from the University of Minnesota warn."
Bullshit.
That's what I think of that. Next bullshit. Israel bans dual e-cigarette. They put a grave danger to public health.
Bullshit.
Yeah, bullshit. I'm calling that bullshit. Next one. Yeah, vaping every day could double your risk of heart attack. New research suggests risks of vaping include inhaling toxic metals like lead and potentially doubling one's risk of a heart attack, according to a new study published by UCSF researchers.
Bullshit.
That's it.
How could you possibly be? I like that when they say my favourite component to come out of any one of those studies. You just said it there. It's my favourite one. It's lead, because anyone who knows anything knows what that is. It's solder, and what that is that they've used a shitty head on some load of crap. And they've burnt the fuck out of it to the point they've got lead off the fucking solder. You can't do it. It's not possible. There's no fucking lead in my atomizers, either of them. There's no lead. There's no solder.
It's complete bullshit. But the point, both of those, the two ones that have had experts' opinions on it are from America. So you know that they're backed by tobacco lobbies, or they're paid somehow by tobacco companies. So it is really just, I think it's just a load of
bullshit.
Really? But our last one, to end on a better note, is the Philippines passed a resolution recommending e-cigs for harm reduction. Not bullshit.
I like it.
I've taken the UK's lead on that, and quite nice to see another country with a bit of common sense and not being pressured by a big business, tobacco business. So,
especially for people can make a lot of money. For a country like the Philippines, which is a predominantly poor country, woodworking skills are absolutely. They are good in the Philippines, and there's some great stuff coming out. Fuck it, get them in, join in.
Yeah, so that's my news this week. I think I'm gonna do it like that every week, just because it's quicker and it's the same thing, and I'll just get it out of the way quickly. So watch out what thought you read, because nearly all of it, probably most of it, 90% of it is a load of
bullshit.
So.
I love that as a news format. It would make Sky News so much more interesting.
But yeah, go on then, Brad. Hit us with some. You've got some.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I am going to talk about I was going to refer to him as a friend, but he clearly can't be. MP Norman Lamb. He's the bright spark who's decided we should all be vaping on buses. Which
he's actually is at least a bit of a positive. He's positive about vaping as a rule, isn't he?
I've got a spin on this. When I want Brad to get to the end of it, obviously. But sorry.
Okay. Well, I'll throw it at you when I'm done. But I agree with Rick. He's clearly for vaping as a safer alternative to smoking, and he does go into some detail on that and argues that e-cigarettes shouldn't be bundled in with cigarettes. But I think as a PR exercise, allowing the general fuckwits in this niche market that we live in to vape on public transport would do nothing but damage our reputation, regardless of the safety hazards with all the cloud chaser bros trying to blow jellyfish on the bus, and next thing there's a hot boxed bus going down the streets in London. I foresee double-decker buses going off the side of the bridge into the Thames. It rolled me up.
Buses they're all open topped, aren't they, Brad?
No, those are just the tourist buses that are open top, because tourists like sitting in the rain. People who live here, we take the normal bus.
Sorry, Brett. Sorry.
It is I completely agree with you. It is a very ridiculous thing to even suggest vaping on public transport. I mean, no, I don't think it should be barred. I mean, I think we should, as vapors, just have more discretion. I mean, but these new vapors are coming along. They're buying Cleto 120s and big monster things that blow out 60 to 100 watts, and it's not nice for somebody who doesn't vape to have loads of vapor in their face, is it? It's just being
Yeah,
it's common
exactly.
decency, really.
But you can't trust the public to be decent. I think we're all untrustworthy, to be honest.
Yeah.
John, I know you're trying to interject, but you're muted.
I was just sorry, I was vaping on a loud A. Do you want me to? I've got the little bit. Just
Yeah.
clear your minds for a second. Just for a second. When I read this story, I read it totally differently. Let's pretend that he's genuine. That story and the idea of vaping on public transport and in public places, like trains, etc. That there's, to me, reading between the lines, there's no. That's not that's not to do anything for us. That's not a favour to you. Everything that you just said, the buses full of vapor, the train, the underground being like people blowing clouds and stuff, that is exactly what they want people to do. That's, to me, it's the opposite. It's not a positive story on vaping. I couldn't see the positive side of it. They're trying to, that's to dissuade the public from.
Yeah, it's almost it's being too positive to be negative, isn't it? Or it could be just a spin. I mean, he could have just been saying it's not going to be illegal. Doesn't mean you're going to be able to do it, but it could just be the media.
You couldn't do it anyway.
The tobacco biased media.
If you're on a bus, it's not. It doesn't make any difference. Like round. It's not. All right. If you say you're on a train, it's not a public-owned train. You can't vape on it. If Virgin say you can't, you can't. They own it. You can't vape on a platform owned by Railtrack. They own the platform. It's private property. You can't vape on it. This is not. To me, I think the whole thing's disingenuous, and I think, being a critical twat, I think that I think the idea is to get more people against cloud blowing, etc., and more onto, why don't you go and buy a blue, because you can't do that.
Do you not think there's another sort of spin on it? Is that the media could have spun this story that he said that?
No, he definitely did say it. He did say it.
What? That he'd encourage vaping on trains and buses.
But you don't know what the pre was. That it's the same trick as everything.
Well, this is what I'm saying. The media could have just been spinning it a bit because they want the public to think if they let vaping go and it's okay, then that's what they're going to get.
Exactly. Yeah. It doesn't matter, but the end result's the same. Rick. I agree. I certainly didn't see it as positive. People were saying, "Oh yeah, this guy's on it. This guy's on our side." Hey, it was a soundbite, and it's that sleazy thing of, So you say somebody said to you, "Do you?" Oh, Jeff Baggett's from The Sun. Do you like goats? And you go, "Yeah, I don't mind goats." What if a goat came round, grabbed your nan, started humping her, and then, just ran rampant, shitting everywhere? Do you still like goats? Well, I wouldn't like that goat. Well, John says he don't like fucking goats. Well, no, I didn't say. That's what you said. You said he don't like goats. What would you? And you go, no, because they need to know the rest is out of context.
It's out of context.
He's
a sensible bloke. I can't imagine for a minute he'd think it's okay for people to blow big clouds all over other people that don't vape in a train or a bus.
No.
Yeah.
Is he not just highballing, or what do you like, putting in a bid that's way too high? Like, look, what we want is vapors. They can vape anywhere they like. They can vape in churches, schools, cemeteries, buses, trains, anywhere they like.
Well, they probably...
And then what you do is you go, no, well, I don't want vapors to vape anywhere. You go, well, what if we meet you in the middle and they can vape in parks? Deal.
He probably bundled it. I think one of his main points was pushing it vaping in the workplace, because he's trying to say it's not like having a cigarette and you get your fix for half an hour or an hour. you sort of vape all day long, a bit, don't you? So he's trying to make people. He probably bundled buses in with being able to vape in the office at work.
Yeah, I think James is probably on the money there. He's in politics, so he knows he has to start here if he plans on finishing here.
But I think I totally agree. But then the media, the bus thing just seems like a stupid, like he's been led into a fucking cul-de-sac, because you would then ban it everywhere. If someone said to me they want to all these vapors, they want to vape on a bus, you'd think they're not fucking vaping, they're not vaping anywhere, and then you end up with nothing. I quite like the idea of vaping in a church though, because I'd just take a massive hit, like 200 watts on a 0.1 coil blow, and then when my wife turned around, just be gone. I could leg it again, prick.
Oh, I like that idea.
But no, that's reasonably positive news, actually, isn't it? But
Yeah.
well, not the vaping on buses, but the fact we've got that MP that's listened to the experts. He was sitting in on all of those meetings, wasn't he, with the IBVTA and NNA and those guys, and he's actually listened to them, and he's actually acting on it. Which, although vaping on buses is obviously silly.
Yeah, I think we'll not agree with that. I think we're not.
Absolutely.
Unless, although you remember the old days, you had upstairs on a double decker that was smoking. You could have an upstairs smoking vaping part of the bus. You could sit downstairs if you didn't like the vapor.
I like James's idea of vaping on. You're allowed to vape on the upper deck of a topless bus. What's a topless bus called?
We had it open top bus.
Open top bus. Yeah, I pictured a bus with tits, and now I'm done.
Yeah, you could definitely have just bought Samantha Fox or somebody like that.
Right, are we off from the buses?
Yeah, we're off buses.
Rick, have you got to put up
No,
in John news? No.
gone now.
No, it's you, John.
Can you hear me?
Yes, John, we can hear you. John, we can hear you.
Sorry,
Tell us more about your news.
I'm going to have to load it because if no one's got it, I'll have to. Hold on 1 second. There was just a great headline what I saw, and I thought I'd go with it. Right, come on, John. This is going well. Unless somebody else can grab it. No, right.
No.
John News. Got it.
Oh, I've got an image. I'll have the image if you put it there.
Oh, that's what I said. Yeah, it was in John News.
Oh, mate, I missed the cue there, didn't I? I'm not with it at all. I'm out of practice.
We're doing well, aren't we, tonight?
Yeah, there you go.
There you go. I took the headline. That was it. This is a really small bit. Really liked it. Health news. Quite like the top bit there. There's a tick and it just says fact checked, which that already got me smiling.
That's very trustworthy.
It's in a more positive way, like fact checked.
We've checked this.
Checked.
We've checked this. It's definitely true. Really like this. Dueling. The addictive new vaping trend teens are hiding. Think about it, love. If they're fucking hiding it, how the fuck have you got it? How do you know?
Oh wait, John, this has been fact checked.
But they're hiding it. We don't know, James. They've hidden it, but they've checked the facts.
It's got a tick next to it, John. It's got a tick.
Health news, Dick. We're ready. Fact checked.
You know what that is, though, don't you? That's just a
Bullshit.
It is. It's funny that you thought that you had that idea this week, and I'd already clipped that because I saw it and I thought, the fuck. Oh, it looks like it's me again. We go to the script. So just a quick one to say. There's another thing to say. Just a tiny bit of Just Had Nick news, then I'll do the next news. I posted something about it today on iOS and on the Just Had Nick page to say that we have a new Nata coming. I kind of did a teaser about 2 months ago, and I did know the flavour, but it's now been confirmed, and the bottles have been confirmed with Toby at Haystown Vapes in Canada. And the new Nata is going to be called Frambosa. I'm going to call it Frambosa because I've heard nobody else say it a different way. And it is Nata with a bit of raspberry. Frambosa.
Is Frambosa still a name of some sort of tart or something?
I haven't checked. Maybe
Well, I can tell you, John.
Let's chat. What is chat? What
is
what is a
Italian? Is Italian for raspberry?
Italian for raspberry. Very good.
It's all those summer holidays in Italy where you learnt that, hey, James?
No, Google taught me that.
Very good. You checked it out. I didn't know. As soon as you said it, what does it mean, Rick? I thought I was going to Google something earlier. What was it?
So is there there's no vanilla though in that. So why is it going to be called that? What would suggest it is only raspberry?
It is not. It is nata. It is nata that you know and love, the original with raspberry.
So the name is misleading then. I must.
Well, so I think it's
No,
nata
it's not called
frambosa.
that. Sorry, it's called nata frambosa. Yeah.
Sounds delicious. I quite like nata.
Portuguese custard tart with raspberry.
Yeah, I quite like nata, but I think a little bit of raspberry could really. Mwah!
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, nice bit of bitter raspberry in there. That'd be nice.
Yeah.
I'm the same. You know, people are fucking raspberries are supposed to be sour. You know, and when you put them on, they work really well. Pavlova with raspberries on top works brilliantly because the meringue's so sweet and the raspberries are they're sharp. It's brilliant.
Yeah, totally agree. And I think not will benefit. Well, I think it'll surpass original not. I think if it's right, I can't see a reason why it won't be. I think it'll be better than not. I think it'll be loads better.
We're hoping
loads better.
I know Toby and I were talking a little while ago, and we're hoping we can kind of coincide the launches ish. So the Canada launch is September, and we hope to be within days, if not at the same time. So we're going to try, and because we work with Amanda, who's a gaslight in Tennessee, between she's kind of the agent, and we all kind of work together to try and do this. It's just amazing how you talk, because I know Rick does the same thing. It's when you kind of scratch the surface of these companies, the work that goes on in the background is really quite amazing. You've got, I said, Toby's in Canada, Amanda's in Tennessee, and obviously I'm on the east of England, and everyone trying to work together. It's a fuck because everyone's asleep at the wrong time.
Things take time to do, don't they? Basically, when you.
Yeah, and that's the other thing. Toby, this has been worked on for absolutely months. I love people like Mark. Mark recently, Mark White, with the two flavors that, 3 flavors that he's added to the range. The gin crack, right here. The crack currant. Was I right that time?
That one takes my fancy. That does.
Oh, it's really, really good. 3. What about? It's not 3. There's 2.
Apple.
No, not apple. I've gone mad, Rick. I've lost my fucking mind. Anyway, the gin and the crack currant. It took him absolutely months to do it. And I like little ranges, little 3, little 2, little 4. Really, really like it. And he's really worked to do it. Right. Sorry. I'm going to flip back into newsness and away from just Nicholas. I don't know if anybody's noticed. I only noticed the other day when I was trying to buy something for work from Argos that Inakin have slipped into the laminated golden pages of the Argos catalogue. Inakin
surprised me. They sort of got haven't isn't it them that have got into the supermarkets as well? Or
I don't think Inakin have yet. They've kind of gone with because it's kind of Argos's. Obviously,
isn't there only 2 main groups of shops like that in the country? They're all sort of linked, aren't they?
Yeah, Home Base and Argos.
Oh, right, okay. That doesn't surprise me. You know, it's.
I just thought it was interesting actually. Having spoken to somebody, I have a friend who works for Argos, and I said to him, I saw Inakin stuff in the Argos catalogue the other day. That's really amazing. I wasn't expecting that, to be in the Argos catalogue. And he works in the stock room. I won't name him, and he said, "We've never sold one thing. That it doesn't sell, but we have got it."
Okay.
Oh.
I thought maybe that
handy for Christmas. If you want your dad to quit smoking, I mean, people are going to buy it there. I know I normally argue the toss about things being on the high street, but I don't have a problem with vaping stuff being on the high street. I have a problem with big tobacco selling vaping stuff on the high street. Innokin, crack on, not asked. Blue, suck a dick. Fucking British American tobacco, fuck yourself. Absolutely.
It's probably not something, you know, Argos do all those advertising campaigns. It's not going to be a big enough seller for them to ever push it. And they're not even allowed to advertise it, are they? So no one is going to know until the catalogues have been out a while and the word has built up that you can buy, electronic cigarettes in Argos now, you know.
It does come up, though, because of the Google presence. The one thing that it does do, I think if you type in Innokin SQ, which is their newest little one that I didn't really like, I think one of the top hits is Argos, because it beats everybody, you know, because they're fucking Argos. So it goes whoop straight to the top.
And it could change, going back to what Brad was saying as well with Mr. Lamb. He was one of his things was also about advertising, wasn't it? That's what he was pushing for. It's ridiculous that you can't advertise these products.
Yeah.
So,
Well, especially when you can advertise Nicorette gum.
yeah. Yeah.
So let's advertise. I do agree with that. No, I've got no problem with that at all. Yes, that was it, James.
Okay, I've got a quick little snip of this. Just popped into me timeline yesterday or today. Congressman Duncan Hunter. You all familiar with the name, Congressman Duncan Hunter? You know his face because he's been all over the shop with. He's the fellow who's got the vape pen. This is a real pen, but I'll simulate. He's in Congress and he's speaking. He's going, I vape because I don't want to smoke, and he's actually vaping in Congress. You probably seen
Yes,
that.
I do remember the picture.
At some point, he brought in Bill HR 2195, which was also known as the Hunter Bill. Well, yesterday, a 47-page indictment was filed accusing him and his wife of stealing $250,000 of campaign funds.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
And that's pretty much the long and short of it. It has been kind of thrown about that this is possibly big tobacco holding a grudge, and that this could be a bit of one of them kind of stories. And
That's whiter than white, don't you?
You've got to be to put yourself up against a multi-billion-dollar industry.
It's really probably a load of bullshit, isn't it? It probably is a load. It's probably definitely. It'll be spin from tobacco companies. It's got to be a load of old
bullshit,
in my opinion.
It does. I mean, then things do obviously they do go on in America, and the whole thing I think started with some website which I haven't wrote down the name of the website. I can't remember the actual the website name. Saying basically you need to be careful where you're treading Duncan Hunter, and don't upset the wrong sort of people. And that was a few months ago. And then, like I say, yesterday, this $250,000. It's a big chunk, and there's a big list of all of the things that he's apparently spent the money on. Saying they were for golf balls for veterans and spending it on Chinese food. You know, it's that kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Somebody else said in chat, and it's totally right. They're all at it. He got caught, and the thing is, you just need to be. I said, you need to be whiter than white, especially with something like that, because they're fucking have you.
Absolutely. So there's no more to the story as of yet. He's been indicted, and we'll see how that pans out, and hopefully we'll bring you some more positive. Well, we'll see how it goes. We'll see how the truth comes out.
I don't think we'll see any positive news coming out of America for a while.
We'll see how we'll see if it comes out. We'll see how it comes out.
Makes good humour though. It's good for humour.
I will say, John Malcolm did do a good bit of satire, which was there's nothing wrong. Well, who's going to take any notice when somebody's vaping in Congress when someone's shitting in the Oval Office? It's
true. Exactly that. Yeah. You got a president that fucking pays for hookers.
Yeah.
It's fucking crazy. Yeah. We're not going down that road.
Let's not. Politics.
No politics.
John.
Yes.
John, I think you've got one more little
one more little thing, and he just said it in chat himself, but it's totally true. friend, legend of the show, Gary, is leaving the IBVTA. Gary Dibley has handed his notice in, so he will no longer be working. He's in garden leave at the moment. I know he's watching the show right now, and he's handed his notice in at the IBVTA. And as a friend of the show, Gary has passed on. So a lot of the time, there seems to be, I get information slightly before it's out, but I don't. It's not public or anything like that. Or it'll just be a conversation between Gary and I. We'll be just chatting through something. And I think Rick will say, fuck me. Sorry, brains absolutely everywhere. Gary's a huge loss to the IBVTA. He absolutely is. Anybody who's in our sphere of the industry, whatever you want to call that, the kind of hobbyist side, Gary has been the communication really between the hobbyist side and the IBVTA. Gary, I know Gary spoke to Richard throughout the launch of the Saver. I think he's spoken to you in the past, Rick?
He has, yeah. He's given me good information and clarification on things, and yeah, he's great. I love Gary.
He's been absolutely fantastic with Just Had Nick. And the other thing, and every time we've known that Gary's been in an event, we always try to make absolutely sure that the person we go and see is Gary at the IBVTA stand, because he's been in the industry for nearly a decade, or slightly over a decade. Oh no, not in the sorry. He's been in the industry nearly a decade, but he's been vaping for a decade, and he's been a part of Vape Fest nearly from the start. He's been a part of when vaping was in the forums and not on Facebook. Gary was there. Just wanted to really pass on, Gary. We all wish you all the luck in the world in your next your next career, whatever you do next, and a massive thank you, firstly from the show, how fantastic you've been on the page as part of IBVTA, and drawing attention to the IBVTA to begin with, who are the only worthwhile vaping organisation in the UK. And a personal thanks, Gary, because we're just fucking awesome. I've said this stupid thing before. I met Gary. Gary was doing some drip tips for a charity thing. There was a little girl who was going to. They wanted to send to Disneyland. And Gary was selling a drip tip. He used to sell drip tips every Sunday night on Cyan Mods.
Yep, I remember.
And he was as well. It was fronting on there, fronting
E6 City. That's it. And he was selling it on Leicester Vapors, and he said, "Oh, on about 8 o'clock or something, I'm going to put a drip tip up, and the highest bidder wins." And this is how I met Gary. I bid on the drip tip. I said, "I 40 quid," and then no one else bid because 40 quid for a drip tip is a bit stupid. And Gary said, "Okay." About 10 minutes after I bid, no one else had bid, and he said, "Oh, I was going to keep it open for an hour, but well, if you..." And then I posted again. 50. I'm not letting that fucker have it. And Gary typed quickly again. No one else has bid, and I said, "Well, if you're going to be like that about it, 60. I'm not fucking about. I want that drip tip." Gary's going, No. I don't understand. Nobody else has 65. I'm not going to fuck about. No, nobody else is 70. Don't get me started. I ended up buying the strip tip off Gary. I actually bought. He gave me 3. He couldn't give me 1, and so I gave them all away the next week, I think. And that's how I met Gary. And so we've known each other about 3 or 4 years, or something like that. He puts everything he can. He's always put everything he can into the community, and he's a fantastic bloke. And so so personally and from the show, good luck in your career. We love you, and I know he's actually on the committee for Vape Fest next year anyway, so he'll definitely be there. And any other show you're at, you're always part of iOS. Always. Love you.
Yeah, that goes for me too. Thanks, Gary, for all your
All the
work.
best, Gary. All the best.
Good luck, mate.
Cracking job on the IBVTA. Yeah, best of luck with the future, mate.
You taught me how to tin wire. I never knew about tin and wire before you.
Tin your tips. Tin your tips.
Yeah. One of the first modders I think I saw, probably on YouTube.
Absolutely.
Yeah, back on that. What were the Vapor Trails?
Make Shell TV, yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty good. Okay, let's. I think we might have a brand new feature, which may or may not be permanent, depending on how awesome it is. I suspect it's going to be pretty damn awesome. Brad, we've got a brand new. Have you decided what you're calling your brand new feature? Just
shit.
Are you ready? Are you ready to rock and roll? Because
Yeah, I'm ready.
I should have mentioned at the start that we've got a brand new feature when I did the introduction, but nobody told us I was doing the introduction.
I forgot.
Are you ready to rock and roll?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Have you decided what you're calling it?
I am, for now, calling it What's Going in the Shredder.
Okay.
Yes.
I've chosen the 3 items for today's shredding. For future shows, each of the presenters will choose one item, and then we'll all have a group vote or group discussion, and one item's going in the bin. So, and I've got 3 things in here that I know John hates, so it's going to make it very difficult for him to vote. The first option is CBD weed in vape shops.
Oh, my God. I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah, we discussed it on the show last week while you weren't here.
Actual weed, not liquid. Actual weed.
Yeah,
CBD
they're selling
weed.
CBD bud in shops. John's personal favorite, personal vendetta, blue.
Pound, John. Pound.
Also, I just want everyone to notice that how analog this is in a digital world, that I'm not like screen sharing images.
I love it. I love the fact there's bits of paper. I really enjoy it.
I think you need to put the shredder on the desk in front of the camera.
I'm going to turn the camera to the shredder now.
Okay, good.
And lastly, the ICOS.
Oh, that's a tough one. We can only choose one.
You can only choose one.
Oh, they all go.
No.
Each of you are going to have to vote, and one of them is going to go. What have I broken? Nothing yet. In that shredder.
Okay.
Awesome. I like it. Oh, this is a brilliant new feature. I like this already.
I think it's clear that the blue doesn't go in the shredder. Do you agree, guys?
Yeah, blue. No, definitely not blue. Pound, man. Pound.
Yeah, I think that can't go in with those 2.
Well, sorry, John. We've got 2 people who disagree with you, so blue is safe.
On a different week, but it's got such stiff competition.
Yeah.
I'll get my give you my right.
Why would you sell combustible leaf in a vape?
That's my biggest one of those 3 is smokable products being in a vape shop. It's got to be. I fucking hate it.
I agree. I think heat not burn isn't as bad as smoking a combustible leaf because it's going to give you still all those chemicals.
Yeah. So heat not burn safe.
This week. It's got to come on another week though, because that deserves to go in.
Oh, you can bring it back next week. We agree.
I'm for that one.
I would vote for the ICOS personally because although it is combustible, I think it's maybe an occasional thing that people, and it could be health benefits. Although there is lots of things.
Wait, James, that's not the argument. We're not talking about it. No, we're talking about it being in a vape shop.
I know. That isn't right. That definitely isn't right. There should be. Yeah. It's better than the really. Okay. Yeah.
It
Absolutely.
shouldn't be in a vape shop though. I mean, isn't it?
No. It shouldn't be in a vape. It's not. It's a combustible.
Yeah, but no. But hang on, no. The product, not the product as such. But if it's in a vape, if it's only sold in a vape shop, really, it shouldn't be in a vape shop.
It should. You're absolutely right. It shouldn't be.
A tobacconist, maybe.
Yeah. So sell it somewhere else.
I don't know.
Going in the shredder.
Somewhere else. Do it. I like shred it. I like it.
That's a good shredder, that is, isn't it?
Yeah, it does make good noises too. I like that a lot.
It's such a pleasing thing to just shred shit.
Oh, can you just shed the ICOS as well then?
You'll have to vote it in next week.
That would be good if we can carry them on. Yeah, I think we should.
We the argument, the thing last week was one of the main arguments is we all got moody. You know, when they sold vape stuff in bong shops,
Yeah.
everybody went, you can't fucking do that. And then they started selling bongs in vape shops, basically. Well, that's fucking, you can't have it both ways. Have that in the bong shop, up for that. Have as much CBD bullshit as you want. It's fine.
Yeah, the fact you said it's in a vape shop was what decided that, I think.
Yeah, it
As a
confused me.
product, I would shred the ICOS before that.
Vapeable CBD products, fine. You're a vape shop.
Yeah.
Burnable? Like, I don't know.
You shouldn't sell things that smoke in a vape shop. You shouldn't.
Okay, well, that's the new feature. If you liked it, comment. If you didn't like it, fuck off.
Because we're keeping it. We liked it. We're keeping it.
We liked it. Well, I really like the shredder. It's
What's
great.
going in the shredder?
Maybe we can just choose, one of us can choose one more thing each week so they roll over all the time. Possibly.
Yeah.
So we can
Okay.
think of the worst thing. That,
And if we end up with too many, then I'm just going to bang them all in the shredder and be a moody git.
Oh, we'll line out the kinks. It would be awesome. It would be absolutely awesome. We loved it. It needs a theme tune. Okay.
I think the next bit's a yes or no, isn't it, James? So you're just going to go for a yes or no on that?
Yes.
James, you are golden, my man. Golden. John, I actually wrote this one as well, so I'll read it out
sorry,
for everyone. I just saw it as a yes or no debate because it caught me completely off guard when someone asked me if I was going to the Vape Finder event in London this weekend. And I was like, sorry, what? I've seen no marketing. I've seen nothing. Last year they did some pamphlet drops in a couple of the local stores. I went onto their Facebook page, and since April this year, they've posted 3 times. Yet they've supposedly got an event this weekend. Well, I don't know if they expect anyone to show up because I'm pretty sure no one knows it's happening. But the question is, was anyone else aware of the London Vape event this weekend? I think
I'm
they
just
forgot
going
to do the marketing again.
because I've got to go and fix something. I'm just going to say, no, I've not heard anything about it at all.
Thank you, John. And James.
Nope. Until I read the notes a little earlier in the evening, I had not heard about it. How can you run an event? How can you run an event and nobody's heard about it? Nope, I have not heard of this new event.
That's tough. Rick?
no, not heard a thing till you just said about it. Then I'm all for it. Don't get me wrong, but please, Vape Finder, tell everybody about it. I'd be going this week if I knew about it, but I've got other things I'm doing now. So
They had an event last year, and it was advertised better, but still not enough. The turnout was a little bit low, but I think that was because it was the first year.
Where's it held?
At Olympia.
Olympia as well.
Bloody hell.
Well,
it
good
was
luck
a
to
little
them.
bit
It'd be great to have another London show.
Yeah.
But for us,
Unless all of their marketing has been aimed at someone else and not towards us, I'm gonna swing around and pop in because it's just up the road from me.
Yeah.
So if someone is going, let's go drink a beer somewhere.
Oh, check with Iverson. Is he going?
Paul's always around, so Paul and I'll find a pub nearby to drink, and we will update the OMEs as to what's going on.
Yeah, it'd be good to hear more about that as well. That event, if it, maybe one of us should speak to them and ask them where they have been telling people about it, because it's not us. It's not us on Facebook anyway, is it?
No,
John,
I'll track them down.
John Hudson had a good idea. He said it might be a stealth vaping event.
Maybe.
Is that
maybe it's a private vaping event. That's why we were specifically not invited. Is what we're saying.
Well, I know some people find that the likes of Jam and Expo a little too crazy, a little bit too busy. So maybe it's aimed towards the people who don't really like that sort of thing. You know, it's like,
They worked at an event that didn't make any money, but it was quiet.
yeah.
I think I remember the first Vape Jam. It was at Olympia, and it was a smaller affair. It was quite intimate for quite a big affair, but it wasn't the size of Vape Jam. Isn't that what it is now? So it should be quite a good show. The right size to get around it all and actually talk to people.
Sarah Well in chat says she got an email about it.
Oh.
So I'm guessing Sarah bought tickets to last year's show, which is why she got an email.
I think Sarah's just like Well Street, and they were like, whatever. Who are we getting? One person.
Sarah is well connected.
Sarah.
She's down with them. So
James,
Gary,
I think we're on to you, son.
Absolutely, that was a hot topic. Okay, so we've got some new stuff. I've got some new stuff to talk about this week. Let's have a look. First up is this was first viewings at Vape Fest a fortnight ago, and this is the Hellfire Maverick. We should have some pictures of this. This here we go. Yeah. Get them moving, Rick. That's good. Here we go. This is the Hellfire Maverick. Next one, Rick, is the Hellfire Maverick. Oh, I can't. Next one, Rick. Next one is the Hellfire Maverick. Okay, keep on going. There we go. Here we go. This is the Hellfire Maverick. This is their new, not available yet, coming really soon. Their new 22mm Addy from Hellfire, using a similar sort of system as the Strike. Looks pretty sexy. I quite like the look of this one. I wasn't super mad on the looks on the Strike. This is a little bit better looking in my personal opinion. I think we've got proto pics there, but I think it's going to look pretty much the same at the end of the day. This is 22 millimeters. It's 304 stainless steel. It's coming out at Eurovape. There's a vape event in Alicante in a couple of weeks' time, and this will be available to buy there. It's going to be £110 plus VAT for people who need to pay VAT. That's what you got to see, isn't it? It comes with both pins. Comes with a BF and a standard dripping kind of pin, a regular pin. We should have some more pictures as well of the deck and of the mechanism as well, I think. So is the deck. It's a lovely looking deck. Look at that. It's
a lot of machining going on in that.
Absolutely. And just looking at it, to me, you can see it's kind of Hellfire quality. I love the way that these are turned. Looks good. Looks really good. Two deep juice wells for if you're a dripper and not necessarily a squonk guy. Go on, put the next one in there. Lovely. Sexy looking. I think the general gist is going to be, like I say, like the Strike, but a little bit smaller. They've got the same adjustable airflow, which also reduces the actual chamber size at the same sort of time.
Nice to see some notches in there as well to adjust it.
Yep. Well, I think that's a good option. Comes with, like I say, both pins, a chuff Delrin cap, and if you want to know more information on that, Damien's already got it. He's got a review up this week. Damien Morton from Bloody Good Vaping has got a review up. So if you want to know more info on that, have a look at his review. He's got a good in-depth review. He likes it a lot.
I like the look of that, James. I like the little sort of dimples around the edge.
It's a little bit different to your usual kind of knurling or whatever else you would grab it.
It should be quite a low profile one as well. Looking at the deck there and everything, it shouldn't have a lot of height. It should almost be Derringer's sort of size.
It's different, and that was the thing with the Strike for me. I thought it was a little bit too tall, and I understood that it was tall because of that mechanism where, like I say, it reduced the airflow, but it also brought the chamber size down.
It doesn't show us the other post there though. Where will the other post be? Over here or something?
Yeah, I think that other post gets inserted into that.
It'll be over here, won't it? The screw will be over here.
In that picture there, what you're missing there is you're missing the entire positive section, yeah.
Yeah, well that'll be an insulator and the post will be over here, I'd imagine.
Absolutely, that's exactly where it'll be. Where it'll be.
So you'd have a coil and it just drop drop your wicks into these holes, wouldn't you?
Absolutely. I mean, these are the pictures from Hellfire. I didn't want to just roll them all from Damien's review. But if you want to, like I say, if you want to see more in depth, and he's got it, he's vaping on it, and like I say, he really does quite like it. Looks good. I think. Money wise, 110 plus VAT is Hellfire price. You
Well, it's handmade. It's not mass produced, is it? So
no, it's not. And you pretty much. I've said this before. You get kind of a lifetime guarantee with Hellfire products, and
yeah, you join a club when you got those, really, don't you?
that's what you're paying for.
Yes.
Okay, so that's the Hellfire Maverick. I like it a lot.
Whoa.
And the next thing I'm looking at is a non-squonky thing. This has just been mentioned today, literally just a few hours ago. I don't know whether people are aware. If you're in Safer Vapors, you'll probably be aware. It seems as though that the hottest new RTA is an old RTA, or a few months old anyway, which is the Dwarf from KHW mods. People are going mental for them at the minute, and there's a picture of this is the only picture I've got at the minute. It is brand spanking new. What we've got there is we've got the Dwarf at the top, and then the new Dwarf Mini, Micro, Nano, whatever it's going to be called, the new 16mm version of this, which is coming soon in the next probably about the next.
How big are the capacities on these tanks? They look.
I want to tell you. The original Dwarf, that one that you're looking at there, is a 5mm capacity, I believe. There's also a 3.5 and a 2mm, which is teeny tiny. And the one on the bottom there, the one on the left, the one on the bottom, which is the prototype for the new 16mm version, is just over 2 mils. It's just apparently it's just a hair's width.
Oh, okay. That looks like it's a bit more. Okay.
James,
So I mean, when you think about TPD regs, 2 mil is your kind of your standard. So for a 16mm atomizer, 16mm, that's good. You're hitting 2 mils there. The general gist is it's the same deck, but only a little bit smaller. Now, the original Dwarf is 22. There's also the direct lung, which is 24, and the new one, which is the 16. Apparently, it is a little bit smaller, but through sort of like a clever bit of engineering and maximising the space, it isn't massively different. Apparently, the decks is going to be dead simple to build on. Apparently, the original is the same. It's going to come. It's going to come in probably the next 4 weeks. With it is going to be also available to buy separately as SS tank section and beauty rings, 22 to 16 millis. And also a variety of air holes, just like with the current one, where there's various air hole configurations you can buy. It comes with the 1.2, but you can buy a 0.8, a 1, a 1.5, a 2, and a 2.5, or whatever it is. But also some slightly more unusual version. I don't know whether these are going to be slots or multiple holes or what they're going to. I don't know what they're going to be, but apparently there's. I've got this information from Frank. Frank's had the proto for a couple of weeks, kept it under his hat. Under his hat. But the more information is going to come in the next few weeks, and I'll hopefully bring it to you. Like I see, at the minute, the Dwarf is probably the most sought after in the high end groups that are frequent anyway. The most high end, the most highly sought after. RDA at the minute because mouth lugs back, tubes are back, and people are really loving it.
They're only back in fucking Nutter's mind.
Tubes never went. These little 18350s went.
There's people with drawers full of tubes that were selling for 30 quid like 2 weeks ago.
It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. It's
£100.
People are getting
James, what battery does the 16mm version use?
A 14500.
14500. So now I've got to really struggle to source strange batteries.
Yeah, well, it's the same size as a AA, but obviously it's
these were go-to batteries years ago. The 14500s, I remember.
Yeah, and it's a flat burn. They don't make them anymore, do they?
Yeah, they do. They run a list. He's on his holidays at the minute. That's why that's just part of the. I mean. What's happened is battery technology has come on, and 18650s have progressed massively in the last couple of years. However, in the last couple of months, we've had 18350s coming on quite a bit as well, and we've got much better 18350 batteries. To go along with that, sat burn and partly through peer pressure or whatever you want to call it, because they're great. Look, I mean, the Hellfire have brought the 18350 out. Sat burn have gone back into the workshop and are redoing the 18350s. The RRP, sorry, not the RRP. The what do you want to call it? The sale price of 18350s, which was, like you say, not so long back, they were going for coppers, and now they're pretty much back up to RRP.
If anybody, I will say, just be able to do this thing because it is fair, really. If you know you are one of those people who haven't got much money but you want the kind of 18350 feel, just get your mod. You want to turn it down so it's firing about 2.7 volts, and then vape on that. Be about there.
The thing is, though, a lot of people are upping their nick levels and going from mouth to lung more and more. And
I agree. But there's a lot of
a 1,000 mile battery will no doubt last some people a whole day.
If you're on 35 milligram salts or higher, then there's no reason why a 2 mil tank with a like you say an 1100 mile whatever battery couldn't last you best part of a day or a full.
Why would you call it? I'm not even. I just think it's nuts. Just get.
I'm using my Derringer at low watts, and I've got a 21700 in it, but that's lasted me 2 or 3 days.
Okay, what's your low watts, Rick?
It's probably 15, 20 watts.
What volt's that?
I don't know. It depends on the build, doesn't it? But
yeah.
I don't know what the build is off the top of my head, but it's about 20 watts. I'd imagine if I had an 18350 on that, I could probably get best part of a day out of it, out of an 18350 1,000 mile. And some of these little mods you're buying, like these little eye sticks and things, they've only got 1,000 mile lipos in them, so it's not that.
Yeah. I think my biggest issue has been this thing. Somebody asked me, I had a Stingray about 3 years ago, and somebody said, "Oh, have you still got it? Because it's still worth the RRP." I fucking give it away ages ago. Fucking hell! Why are you sticking stuff in? You sound like my great uncle used to say, "You never know what'll be worth what'll be worth one day," and had an entire house full of shit you couldn't walk around.
I mean, I'd be quite happy with a 12 milligram tobacco juice in a little tank and an 18350. I think
they're really. I'm not taking anything away from it. I think they're great. I will say the Hellfire and the Satburn. They're both. They're incredible looking ones. If that's what you want, go.
They're 10 amps. These little batteries. So. You know, that's quite a lot if you're going to vape a high ohm build. It's just fine.
That's true.
Of course, and the look sexy as hell. And it's, you know, in the advent of all of these pod systems coming out, it's kind of the anti-pod movement or whatever you want to call it. You should be right back. You should be on that, John. You should be on that. You hate the pod.
This is the anti-pod movement. This is the anti-pod movement, though. Don't buy one. I don't understand.
But if you're vaping high nick and you want something just, you know, pocket friendly and blah blah, they're a good alternative. And besides, and there's not a pod out there, and I like the look of a lot of pods. That new Lost Vapor Ryan, I can't wait to get my hands on one of them.
I've got a bonus for you as well. If you do happen to end up with a stack of 350s and you want to use them still, stack them up in a 26. In a 21700 or 2700 mod, you could put them. You could stack them in one of those, 2 of them. Perfect. When you come back to the power that you want.
Yeah, I just put them in your old Vamo. I put them in my Vamo. I mean, I stack them in my Vamo. Perfect, absolutely perfect. Okay, so that's my new vape stuff. Anybody else got new vape stuff?
You've got to give John Malcolm this joke. It's very good. John Malcolm said the ultimate retro fad will be people smoking cigarettes. Really tight draw, slight, very slim form factor.
Yeah, reasonably stealthy devices, aren't they? Cigarette.
Very good, very good, very good.
I think we're on to the one thing that everyone's waiting for, James.
I'm not so sure about that, but yeah, let's come on because we're at an hour and 25 here. Let's whiz through some things that remind you of vaping, but that aren't really vaping at all. Let's blast through these.
Right, first up, Andy Fairchild.
Beautiful. He saw this. He'd listened to this album many times. It's the Om sessions. Look, it's the Om sessions that always remind you of vaping. Fairchild, lovely job, Andy.
Bob.
Bomb.
That is shit. Considering he had to go at me in my pickup truck, that's awful.
Well, this is. What you got to remember is you've got the camel toe. I mean, these are some ugly shoes. These are some
They really
ugly.
Brad Bob.
John Martin's tattoos. Look.
Oh, yeah, look, yeah.
How many eyes has he got? He's got.
Yeah. I've finally joined Tribe Battle.
Yeah.
He's got, but Brad's got a John Martin tattoo on him. I didn't do it. This guy did it.
I do have a tattoo by John Martin.
Very good, very good, very good. Yes,
Beautiful.
I like that.
Next one.
Craig Hicking Botham.
Oh, TCR. Look, it's the old.
Fucking hell, TCR.
It's the Betamax of Ski Electrics. You know, they were much better than Ski Electrics in the day.
I do
Yes.
remember. I even remember these cars. I remember having a set like that.
Did they not have the fur on the fuzzy wire on the bottom? How did they work?
They had contacts. They weren't fuzzy wire.
Yeah, same thing. But just the electrics were different. You could stop and you could brake and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Much better. So it's easy. Obviously, that's relating to temp control.
Derry Murphy.
Templar.
Yeah, like Templario.
Templario. His mods are absolutely beautiful, and I hate them because there's a big Jesus cross on it.
That's not Jesus Christ.
The Knights Templar. Everyone's got this thing in it. What they were really, it was the Crusades, and they just killed Muslims. That's what it was for.
Yeah.
Not
Witches.
They got wiped out themselves, didn't they? I've been watching some good programs on them lately.
It's always that thing, you know, when somebody, when you kind of know somebody again, this is not. They are unbelievable mods,
But they haven't. They haven't got a holy grail.
No,
they won't find it. Never find it.
That thing when one of your mates changes his Facebook profile to a Knights Templar, and you're like, oh, unfriend.
That was from Derry Murphy. Okay, next one. Let's keep going.
Graham Scott.
Oh, it's not bad. Like
this is the one.
That's Caravella.
Caravella is an A missing, but yeah, I'll get it.
Yeah, he was bitching and moaning last week that I wasn't going to be on the show, and then he uploaded a video. He uploaded it. Anyway, that's from Graham Scott. Lovely lad. Next one.
Ian Chandler.
From Ian Chandler Bing. It's a Riyadh. Look, he's on his holidays in Belgium.
He's about the same size as Riyadh, actually. I've seen him in a pool.
Some lucky bugger's going to see him in a hot tub next year at Fest.
Someone's actually going to ride Riyadh in that picture, probably.
Jimmy Parker.
No.
Top hatter.
Even James said it was reaching.
Oh, but it's got nano. No, it's got two. It's got top hat and it's got nano.
I don't care. That's ridiculous.
There's a double of them, really, isn't it?
Nah, it's a double reach.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
90-second auction. This him quick. Next one.
John Martin.
I think he looks like he's vaping.
Is that a mod up there?
Yeah, I saw the one on the shelf too.
It could be because.
Yeah, but that's what I'm talking about on the shelf. I didn't see the pen in his hand. Actually,
I was going for the
that's
pen
a
in his
Parker
hand.
pen in his hand, isn't it?
But it looks like he's vaping. That's what I quite like. It could be because I know Thingy Vapes. What's his name? Who's Gareth in the office? Mackenzie Crook.
Is that a squonker?
Don't know.
He wouldn't have a squonker though, would he?
Mackenzie Crook does vape, but I just thought it looked like he was vaping. When I was at Vape Fest the first time, everyone looked like that, like jeans, shirt, belt, vaping like that.
Cardigan.
Yeah, cardigan.
I love cardigan. Okay, next one.
This is completely. I don't know what you're talking about here with this, John, whatsoever.
I took that picture on a roundabout, and it says Jan because it's a Mitsubishi Trojan.
Okay, Jan. Okay.
And the TRO had fallen off.
I was thinking it was an L200 a type of mod. I didn't.
No.
That was
it said Jan. Yeah, okay, I'll give you that.
It's L2.
Fucking calendar says Jan. You buy a calendar, it says Jan.
I'll take a picture of one of them next week, Rick. Don't ruin it. Fucking hell.
He sort of reminded him of Vaping Rick. Next one.
John Norris.
John Norris, look at that. That's a whole lot of.
That's Ryan Doe at work, isn't it?
Yeah, that's him having a good
vape.
vape.
I think that is
Yeah,
Ryan
he's
having a
put
vape.
boxing that cab out.
Oh, yeah.
Next one.
Kaz.
I'm missing those.
But she burnt her thumb on a coil, so I don't think it counts because that is just.
But every time she looked at it, it reminded her, or every time she got a pin reminded her of vaping.
All right.
It kind of works in that
I
way.
feel bad because she burnt her thumb, so I'm going to say it counts.
Lovely.
Lee
Next one.
Botham. Lee Botham.
Oh, I love Lee Robotham's
Another one,
name.
Carl Ravella.
Whenever I see Lee Robotham's name, I think it's Lee Robotham.
Robotham.
Robotham. Put me in a sandwich. Put me in a sandwich.
Caravella.
We gave them the last one, so we got to give them that one. They don't know. Yeah.
Lovely.
Okay.
Next one.
Arabella.
Liam Phelps.
Liam Phelps.
Oh, yeah. It's a good
I
one.
liked it. I liked it. I
That's
thought that is a
solid
chair for
win for
Brad.
me.
See what you've
Yeah.
done, Brad. See what you've done. Branched out. Beautiful. Next one.
Martin Vickery. No.
Narber.
Narber? You know,
What is it? The national.
There is a Narber. Is there a Narber? No, it's a Narca. I don't know.
There isn't.
It's gone through the letters. There's Narbar,
there is a
Narbar, Narcar, Nardar, Nar-Yar, and Narfar.
What do you reckon it is though? National Association of
Raspberry.
really...
Raspberries.
They're
Associate.
not raspberries. They're blackberries.
Oh, yeah, they are.
Yeah, it's raspberries, blackberries, and today.
And
Yeah.
today,
Okay, we'll give them that. Narber.
Matt Fox.
The Goonies, because it reminded him of me, which I quite like.
Oh, thank God. I looked at that for 27 minutes.
Did you really?
No.
I got it.
I
I
think
got
that
it
looks
straight.
a bit like Thailand on a bad day.
No, it's Oregon, isn't it?
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Oregon on a good day.
What, is it because it looks like the Goonies? It reminded him of
I
vaping.
think it is the Goonies. It is the Rocks and the
The
Goonies.
Goonies now remind people of vaping.
Yes, that was what he said. He said it reminded me of vaping because it made me think of John Martin, and that made me think of vaping.
Okay. Yeah.
These are getting so tenuous. Next one.
Neil Thomas.
I thought this one was shit, but
Is
a
it
lot
a
of people
snow
liked
wolf?
it.
Is that meant to be look like a snow wolf or something?
It's supposed to look like a squonker. It's an aquarium. But it's
Oh, there's a
supposed to-
tube there as well. Look.
Yeah, I think it looks like an aquarium.
I mean, I can instantly see that.
Got cotton down there. Look, cotton.
That's massive. But if it was smaller, yeah.
I'm with it. I think it's just too big, and I just thought, what is that? That's an aquarium.
It'd be hard to vape on it, definitely.
Well, I think it's a stylish looking aquarium, though. That's cool.
Oh yeah, I like it. I'd really want it, but it don't make it a kind of tub.
Next one.
Musician to the Stars.
That's good.
Beautiful.
Can't argue with that. That works.
Pod system by Adidas. I wouldn't be surprised.
We did have it the other week, didn't we?
We did, and because it's their new bits and bobs. I wouldn't be surprised though if in the future we have the likes of your major brands getting involved in vaping, the likes of Adidas, Nike, them sort of people. That wouldn't surprise us at all.
Adidas pod system. Oh, no problem. Peter Svabo.
Liked it.
That's
I
a
didn't
good
think
one.
it was a mod when he first put it up. It's a lighter, I assume.
I think it's a lighter as well. Yeah, it's a good one though. It's a good one. He's got another one. I think he's got another one next.
He has. Flip.
Yeah, 'cause,
I'm going to call that reaching because I let him have the first one.
The first one was better. I don't really get this one. There's a flip. Is
Oh,
that little.
no, it's about.
Flip
It means selling an atty more than you
to
pay
flip
for.
something. Oh, yeah.
flipping-
Got you.
I didn't
Got
get that one, but
Next
maybe I'm
one.
a bit dense.
Scott Smith.
I'm lost. Oh,
That's
sort of
nice.
510.
Look at it.
No,
Could be a
no, it's just a
510.
little hex nut that you see face plates attached with, isn't it? Isn't it?
I think he's going for a 510. That's what I reckon.
Well, it could be. Could look like an MM510 actually with a wash around it.
It looks like a few little bits from Vape, and he saw it. It reminded him of it. This is classic because look, it's a chair. He saw it. He's like, oh, that reminds us of it. I'm going to
It's
live
the
outside.
reason,
Vape.
isn't it? It's the reason he thought of it. And
Absolutely.
he thought it reminded him of vaping and it's on the show.
Yes.
Simon Gooden Husband.
Good husband. Good husband.
Gooden Husband.
What's he going for there?
I've got no idea. I've got no. Some people.
It's got MOSFETs on it. You can use this. It's got MOSFETs. He's a model, obviously. Oh,
That's
see
good.
those? See those MOSFETs?
Yep. Brilliant.
Yeah.
Good then. You worked it out. I didn't.
Yeah.
Stuart
That's one.
Maxwell.
This is another John related one.
What is it? Can't see it.
It's about the raffle, isn't it?
Yes, yes, it is.
Oh, that's Big Tom's fault. Everybody needs to know that, don't they?
No, well, it's Big Tom's boss, Paul.
Yeah, it's that endless lot type buggers.
Well, it's not. It isn't. It's the Vape Fest committee's fault because they should have had the PA system working.
They used a karaoke machine. Yeah.
Yeah, blame them. I love you, but I blame you.
Yeah. Tom Beattie, last one. I didn't get this one.
I didn't get it.
You need to zoom in. It's got. If you look on the tyre there, it's got
Oh.
B2K on the tyre.
Oh, look.
Oh, look at that. Okay, give him that then. That is a good spot.
He said he was bored in the car or something like that, and he just
He must have been set stationary on the M something forever to notice.
Those tyres look a bit bald on that lorry, actually. Look, they haven't got any grooves left to the outside, have they?
Need a
oh,
recheck.
to see we didn't get the number plate.
Yeah. Nah, can't get it.
Just spin it round a little bit.
Yeah.
Back out, spin it round. Oh, if only the future was here now. Or I had a third eye just there. That would maybe see that sort of shit. That was brilliant. That was an excellent try of Vital, unlike last week's mockery.
Holy fuck, there was no way I could have done it. It was mental. He couldn't even hear me. I think. Yes.
Beautiful.
Is that what? That's what it is, isn't it? That's the time. I don't know how that music comes on. It just comes on when it's time. And it's on now, so that means it's time for Mod Showcase of the Week. Right, what we got? Got 3 mods to show this week. Tell me what you think of these, boys. Oh, I am presenting already, am I?
Yeah.
No, I'm not. Hang on, it hasn't gone on. Hang on. Here we go. Right. First mod I have for your viewing pleasure is from Francesco Corbo. He's the one that's made these weird wood ones, all different shapes, and it's unique, I think.
I like that.
I don't know that I like it. I like that it's unique.
I really like it.
Yeah, I like all of his work because it is so out there and so almost organic looking.
Look, he's even got an on-off switch up the top.
I like
Yes,
this.
it's
Oh,
unique.
wow.
You really can't take it away from him. It's a very unique piece.
I really like. I think that's one of those things that you want kind of sat in the front room. I like it a lot.
Yeah, I mean it's great for its uniqueness. I mean, no one can take that away from him.
It's almost like a little piece of art, isn't it? You know what I mean? It's,
Yeah, and he worked this thing with hand tools and all sorts to get the wood that shape, and yeah, it's great to see. It's different, so different. That definitely need to show that. Next up, we've had him on. We've shown his stuff before, and I probably got his name wrong before as well because it's quite hard to pronounce. But Veselin Georgiev, he's made a mod, and I thought this was worthy of showing as well. Pine cone resin.
Oh.
He's made a little 21700 squonker, and yeah, just quite a tidy piece. I thought it was worth showing.
Yeah. What's that inlay on the top?
Not sure.
Mother of pearl, isn't it? Oh, yes.
Yeah,
it
it
is, yes.
looks a bit like that, doesn't it? I don't know if I've got a better picture. I don't know. It may just be holding some. It might be holding something together inside. I don't know.
Maybe.
A cover to.
Looks like a cool inlay.
Yeah.
It's
But no, I
gorgeous.
thought that was definitely worth showing. That's Veselin Georgiev. Tidy. Yeah. Like it. And finally, one more from our friend, your friend, everybody's friend, Herbie McCovin from Infineon, maker of Switch Vet. He made this.
That's tiny.
Yeah, I think so. He's got a Switch Vet in there. He's got this inlaid switch that he made as well. And instead of just doing a sort, we've both done it actually. He did it first, but I did it as well because it's easier to drill the bit of wood. But it's a 2-piece bit of wood instead of 1 piece.
Yes.
And
I like it.
he's extra tube as well. It's just tidy. That'd be so hand friendly as well.
Nice. That little nice kind of take out for a classy drink, I reckon. That'll.
Yeah, really like it. Very, very nice indeed.
I really like that. That is awesome.
And that inlay button that he made, I mean, he made that that with resin and lumps of wire and all sorts to make that pattern on there, and then cut through it. And I think it's great. Yeah, really nice.
Absolutely brilliant.
And that is it for Mod Showcase of the week. If you liked what you saw, go and join the group. It's on Facebook's website. You might have seen it around. It's quite popular. But that's it from me.
Ooh.
I think
We have a bit,
that's it from all of us. Is that it from all
it
of
is
us?
right there. There's a competition running. So I ran a competition on the Facebook page. Sorry if you're watching any other way. I ran a competition on the Facebook page to win 1 bottle of gin crack at 3 milligram that I was kindly given by Mr. Mark White. But I've now got the concentrate, so I've made it up at 12 milligram. So anyway, everyone's going to say their goodbyes, and then I'm going to say the last word. Well, I'll say a last word, and that is the competition end. Really. Thank you very much for watching. This has been the Ideal Home Show, and we shall see you next Thursday. See you next Thursday.
Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. Like
You have to have a pause. You have to have a pause.
share. Has anybody ever share? I've never seen anybody share these videos. Share these videos.
Share it.
Your family and your friends.
Everybody.
Vapors, non-vapors alike.
Yeah, a lot.
Right. The last word is peach.